guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our mass making sessions, and we are doing mass making extra time. So if you don't watch my channel, what we are doing, we have done 100 weeks worth of mass making sessions, mass making items for our junk journals. We did another 100 weeks, which was retakes of the first 100 weeks. And now what we're doing a 10-week period of what I'm calling extra time. So we're making 10 items that we have never made previously in a mass making session. So we are up to week number 4. Yeah, week number 4 of the extra time, which is week number 204 in the actual mass making, sessions. So what are we making today? We are making a lovely idea that I saw on Angela Kerr's video. Now, let me just double check what it's called, because I've got a memory like a sieve and I will not remember. So hang on a second. Oops. My daughter is home today, so if you hear any banging around, it's her banging about. Right, she's called them Pretty Bellyband Pockets. I'm so sorry, I just couldn't remember quite what she had called them, so I just wanted to make sure that I was saying the correct thing. So, Pretty Bellyband Pockets. So what are you going to need if you are wanting to make these? You're going to need some paper, obviously, to make them with. Now, I've got printables because, and I say this every single week, but that's just what I mainly have these days. But, you don't have to use printables if you don't have access to printables. Now, my printables, I think these are 210 GSM. So they're much thicker than copy paper. So personally speaking, I would not use copy paper for these items that we're going to make. Even if I didn't have this, I would use maybe scrapbooking paper or, something, maybe, I don't know, book pages or something, but slightly thicker ones than, very flimsy. I may use some of these. Now, these are some little craft papers, which I've got on my website, on my Shabbydabbydoodah website. And these are flimsy, so they're pretty flimsy. So if I'm going to use these, what I will do is back them on to some book page so that they are thickened up. So I might just make 1 or 2 with those, just for a different kind of take on it. So you're going to need a variety of papers. You're going to need some glue. Now, I always use the Anita's Tacky glue. It's a PVA based glue, and yeah, that's just kind of my, my favourite glue that I like to use. I've got my crocodile, because you're going to, we're making little bits that tie up. So you're going to need to put holes with something. So if you don't have a crocodile, you could use, a hole punch. Or you could even kind of poke a hole with like a poke tool or a paper clip or something like that, if you're using something flimsy-ish to tie your ties. Now, that being the case, I have brought along some ribbons, just different various ribbons that I've had sort of floating about. Now, they are not too thick. The thickest one is this one, which is about 1/2 inch thick. That's as thick as I would want to go for the, for the closures. So again, you can use things like baker's twine, you could use string, you could use thread, embroidery thread, something like that. Obviously, if that's what you're using, definitely you wouldn't need necessarily a hole punch. You could get away with just poking a hole through your paper. You are going to need some scissors, or if you don't like using scissors, or, if you like to, for larger pieces, use your scoreboard and your paper trimmer, then obviously you could use that. You may want to have a bone folder, or failing that, maybe you like to use your scissor handles to squish your papers down. Is there anything else that you're going to need? I always like to have a dried wet wipe on hand to be able to, mop up any excess glue. So of course I've got that with me. And then I like to use something to spread my glue. So I've just got here a piece of chipboard from some old scrapbooking type pieces. I can use that. I've got somewhere on the desk floating about is an old sort of gift card, or, a store card, something like that. For a glue spreader. So I think that's pretty much all that we're going to need. So yeah, let's just get making these. Okay, right. So let's clear the decks a little bit. So perhaps we will actually start with one of these. So Bo is in here with me now, and Bo is my dog, for anybody again who doesn't watch my channel. So if you hear a little kind of like growly type grumbling, that's her basically. I think she literally is kind of trying to let me know that I'm disturbing her. you know, with my chatter. And she's kind of like, oh, I'm trying to sleep, please be quiet. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, but if you hear any of those noises, that's her. She's laying in her bed right beside my desk. So, right. So I'm going to glue this down onto the book page. This is just to reinforce this, like I say, because it's, you know, it's flimsy-ish. So we're going to just glue that down like that. Okie dokie. And I like to try and glue them, and I say this, I often forget to do this, but if I remember, I like to try and glue things like snug up to the edge. If you're, say, gluing, you know, something like this onto a book page, because then, of course, you don't have to cut these two edges. That's already cut for you. So it's just a sort of bit of a shortcut, really. Rather than, you know, probably when I first started crafting, I would have just glued that down straight into the middle of the page. And of course, then, you know, that just means you've got more cutting to do. So it's just sort of something that over time I have learned. And like I say, you know, in an ideal world, that is what I like to do. Quite often, you know, I have to confess I do forget to do that. But yeah, if I can, I try and remember to, you know, to go right to the edge. So we're going to cut this down like that. Okay. Now this is going to be smaller really than a belly band. So this is my take on Angela Kerr's video. So I am not claiming these to be the same. They're my take on that. Now she used a template which she said she's put up somewhere. I'm not sure whether that's a freebie or not. So I don't know, I'm afraid. But if you don't have the template, we're going to do a slightly different version of what she made, which would hopefully be a kind of get around, you know, if you don't have her template. So I'm just picking a paper that we're going to use. So I've got a whole variety of papers here. Now I'm kind of thinking, oh, maybe I will use, yeah, maybe this. So, right, what do I want to do? I'm going to cut this down. Yeah. So this is my take, like I say. So I'm going to cut this down here. Obviously you can see it's, my printer sucked it through, didn't really print it. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I think what is going to be the easiest thing is what we're going to aim to do is we're going to be cutting a kind of like triangular pocket here. So I think probably the best thing to do is cut this around to, you know, the size that we're going to want. Now I'm thinking like here probably. So I'm going to just take this and cut this down here. These are my steampunk in the brown shades papers, by the way, in case you were wondering what papers I was using, because I would, you know, do try and make an effort to tell you guys which papers I'm using. So then we're going to find where we want this roughly on the page. So I'm actually thinking for this one, I want it up higher. And you'll see why in a minute, because we're going to lose a lot of this, you know, because of the shapes that we're going to be cutting from here. So I'm just going to cut this down like that. Okay. Now what we want to do is kind of wrap this around here. So from that perspective, I'm going to put this behind here. Now you're possibly thinking, oh my goodness, she is making this really sound complicated. Honestly, it's hopefully not going to be complicated at all. So all we're doing is we're wrapping our edges around our belly band. Okay. And this is giving us the guide to how wide our piece is going to be. And you'll see in a minute why we've done it this way round. Okay. So squish this in like that and like that. These are going to glue down onto where they are here. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to slide that middle bit out. Oh, also these bits I would recommend double-sided because you're going to see them. Okay, so what you've got here is basically a replica size to this. Now what we want to do is we're going to cut this to have our meet in the middle flaps. So we've got this, we know now what, you know, what width this needs to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this here like that. So it's folded in half, okay? And again, hopefully this is all going to kind of make sense in a moment when we, you know, when we do what we're going to do. So then unfold my flaps, and what we want to do is cut our, you know, meet in the middle flaps. So this is going to make more sense once it's actually kind of completed. So we go down here. Now, up to you really the shape that you're going to use. I'm going to try and sort of round these off rather than have two jaggedy, you know, pointy shapes. Okay, like that. Now I've made a horrible job because I'm just freestyling this, but we can tidy it up. We can make it look, you know, better. So like that. Okay, now you can see I'm doing this next to each other, you know, i.e. I've put them together so that they are identical. Not even actually snipped those, so I can just kind of maneuver them out and just trim this down, okay, like that. Okie dokie, so just get rid of those scrappy bits. That was just my rubbish cutting. So now what you've got are, you've got your two flaps that are going to go over your belly band like that, okay? Now you might want to trim your edge pieces down that are folding around the back. And I know, you know, we talk about things like this. The reason we do this is just so that when they're folded round, just in case they're longer than your piece, let's just say if it was like that, you could potentially have a little bit, you know, overhanging at the top. So, you know, the mitering, it's again, it's just kind of good practice really, to get into. And, you know, it's maybe not even essential. Maybe yours are fitting perfectly and it wouldn't be a problem. But that's just to get around for if they are, okay? So then what we're going to do, we're going to take our glue and we're just going to glue our flaps, down onto the back of our belly band piece, okay? Oops. One there, and then the other one, we're just going to glue down on the other side. On there. Okay, so this is where I like to just smoosh it down with my dry wipe, which will hopefully catch any, you know, excess glue. And then you can turn it over and go running it straight down the back with your glue spreader. In, you know, this particular instance, I've just got this, which is a sort of chipboard shape with a flat edge. Okay, and then you've got your opening flaps there and your center belly band piece. So then from here, you're going to put your holes in and make your little closure. Now on the crop-die, you've got the two sides of the holes. I'm going to use the smaller holes because, to be honest, you know, I only need quite small holes on here. I actually, in hindsight, probably should have done these together, because what I could have done was obviously had these positioned together and then my holes would have definitely been in alignment with each other. They're not too bad. They're not perfect, but they're not, you know, they're not too bad. So then just get some ribbon. In this case, I'm just going to use this white ribbon. Now, things like, you know, the things that are in tops and dresses, you know, those shouldery type bits, where they're kind of like to keep things on the hangers. If you cut out sort of ribbons from those, they're this size, you know, so it's kind of like a good use of those types of ribbons. So just pull that through, and then obviously you can just tie that in a bow in the middle there. There we go, like that. Obviously you can then adjust your ties to make it look sort of better or worse, or well, hopefully not worse, but better. Yep. Like that. So doesn't that just look super pretty? Now Angela Kerr, she decorated hers up with lace and things like that, and of course I would do that as well. But just to make the fundamental pieces, which, you know, that's what we do in these mass making sessions, we're putting the base pieces together that we would decorate later when we come to use them. That's what they are, you know, that's what they look like. So we're going to run through one more, because I realised I was a little bit probably waffly and, you know, going on, and perhaps you lost the will to actually be watching what I was doing. So, yep, we should take in, we'll just take in another piece of the, what is this? Steampunk papers. So I'm just going to cut that down again, cut that sort of edge off. Now I might use this section because it's more neutral, and so I might mix it with, say, maybe like this. So this is my gilded blues, and yeah, I think we could probably, or actually perhaps I will use this as my base piece and put this around. So let's do that. So I'm going to just cut down a section. Okie dokie. Now this is too wide really, so I'm going to cut it down a bit more. I'm going to have to trim it down here because I have not made a very straight edge on there. So this is why obviously other people would use a paper trimmer and not have these mistakes happening. But I just love to do things the hard way, you know. So yeah, now obviously, like I said, I've kind of left these quite wide because, you know, you want to have a reasonable kind of defined, you know, two flaps. And if this was very narrow, like we sometimes make very narrow belly bands, it's not really going to look that defined, is it? You're going to have, you know, very, very skinny kind of little bits. So obviously, again, it's up to you completely, you know, the size that you want your flaps to be. But I just kind of think, well, actually, probably wider is better. So let's take this one. So what I'm going to do is wrap this round. So this is also from the Gilded Blues. I'm going to take this round like this and just cut it down like that, because, you know, you're wanting to make sure you've got enough to actually like fold over in sort of flaps. So we've got one piece here, just glue that down along here, not glue it, sorry, crease it, squish it in, and then we've got the other piece, so make sure that's pushed right over, fold it down here like that, okay, squish it down. I've made a very good job of that. So yeah, move that over slightly and squish it down. Okie dokie. Like that. Then again, you're going to slip your piece out. You've got your piece here. You're going to then fold it in on itself like that. So crease that down. Unfold these just so it's easier for the cutting, and actually you could even mitre these in whilst you're here. So yep, okay, and then you're going to do your, you know, making your what would you call these, doors, or I don't know, your little centerpieces anyway. So you're going to kind of like cut them like that, and then this time going to try and remember to be good, and I'm going to punch my holes whilst they're together, and then my holes will be identical places. So just take my hole punch, pop that in there like that. Let's get rid of all these bits. Okay, bring my centerpiece back, and then we've got our, oops, got them upside down. There we go. We've got our little flaps there. I don't know what you'd call these, but like little wings or flaps, or, you know, whatever. So again, we're going to just glue this down like that. So one. Now this I've used full height. Those craft pieces that we used for the last one, they were not, you know, they're not going to be full height belly bands. They're going to be, you know, smaller ones, but they're still going to work just as well. So Okay, like that. Oops, not quite put that level with the other one. Okay, there we go. There we go. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, and what you could do then is if we open this out. Oh, there was Bo just doing a little groan, letting us know she was there. What you could do is cut out, say, for instance, this is quite a nice section. Oops. I'll just take this down. Like that. And you could even pop that in there. So then what you'd have is obviously your tie here, and then you'd have like another belly band glued down, or you could put it over to the side, you know. But if you had that in the middle, I think that's too wide personally. I think I'd be better off taking that in. So let's just take it in out here. Like that, okay. And you could put that down like that. And then what you've got is you could glue this top and bottom, and you'd have another sort of belly band piece in there, which would be quite cute, wouldn't it? I'm not sure that I'm going to do that. And yes, of course, I'm going to hoard these because they look pretty reasonable sized bits of paper, don't they? And I could probably make paper clips or something from those. So heaven forbid that I would actually just do away with those. I mean, that's just crazy. Why would I do away with them? So for this one, I might go for some black ribbon. So let me just undo the ribbon. Hold on. Okay. So we'll take some black ribbon. This one is thicker than that last ribbon, you know, the one that I said was, you know, the sizes of the bits that are stitched into dresses and, you know, shoulders of jumpers and things. This one's probably, or maybe, I was going to say twice the width, or maybe even 3 times the width of that. So, but it's still, you know, it still fits fine through those smaller holes from the crocodile. So, and again, we just tie that in a bow like that. I mean, you could use sari silk for this. Like I said, you could use, you know, baker's twine, whatever really, whatever's going to look good with your pieces. So like that, just snip those down. Oops. Like that. Isn't that gorgeous? So if I wasn't going to put the belly band in here, I'd probably do something like maybe cut this phone out or the butterfly or something and have something like that glued in there, which is going to just put that blue firmly into this piece. So let's just quickly do that. Okay. Oops. So like that. Or, you know, I mean, I could have even, you know, fussy torn it or something. Let's just take that out. Oh, this is not great because now I've got a butterfly kind of like on that phone, but, and of course I'd cut the phone, you know, cut into the phone when I was going to be gluing it on as a sort of centre belly band. So let me just... Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, nearly done. Right. So obviously I have not made a very good job of cutting this. For a start, I've cut half of it off just now, you know, before I decided to do this and things. So yeah, I mean, it's far from ideal, as you can see. It's not really the best, but just to kind of give you the idea. So, you know, this, for example, now, because I'd obviously cut that straight in the first place, what I would do is I would then have that sort of snug up against this edge, which then kind of like, you know, makes it okay, doesn't it, for having the side missing. And then what I'd do is where I've got like a butterfly wing here, I'd probably cut out a butterfly or something and, you know, put that over there, just so as I'm covering up all, you know, all weird bits and things. So, yeah, I mean, just, you know, to tie it all in together and kind of make it look more coordinated, I suppose. So that is that one. So aren't they just lovely? I really do love them. So, yep, we're just going to kind of mass make a bunch of those. Now, obviously, I've run you through a couple, so I don't probably need to talk you through the process. So we're just going to, yeah, just relax and enjoy ourselves and just do a bunch of mass making, assembly line style. So again, for those people who don't watch my channel, what I mean by that is I'll do all processes at the same time. So I'll cut down all my centerpieces. I will then cut all of my, you know, overhang pieces, and then I'll do all the folds, all the triangle cuts, all the punching holes, and then, you know, the gluing and assembly and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's just relax now and have a catch up, and yeah, just enjoy our time really. So yes, I am filming this on the Monday. For anybody who watches my channel, you'll know that I generally film these on a Monday, ready to go up for you guys for the Tuesday. So it is half term, as you probably just heard me say. I'm just thinking, I've picked like things that don't appear to really go together, which is a bit annoying now. So I might have to quickly stop the video and just run and get some other papers, because now I'm thinking, oh, not sure how great these are all going to look together really. But anyway, let's just, you know, let's just plow on. Just having a look, see what I've got behind me. What have I got? Oh, I've got some others here. Sorry about this. I'd obviously picked the papers out and hadn't really kind of like factored in what I was going to be putting next to each other. And it's only now when I've sat down that I'm like, oh, not sure I've really got things that particularly go, which of course is not ideal. So, right. Pulled in some more from just behind my desk, and actually now looking, these are not going to even go with anything any better either, are they? So oh well, we'll just see what we can do. So I might use this with the lace, I think. So do I want the lace wrapped around? Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm just going to cut this down. So yes, I film these on a Monday, ready to go up for you guys on a Tuesday. So I hope you guys have had a good start to your week. Obviously your week is, you know, slightly further in than mine now. So my week has literally just that second started. So we had crazy weather at the weekend. It was not a good weekend at all. Sunday? Yeah, Sunday was really quite pleasant, to be fair. It was quite chilly, but it was nice in the sunshine, and there was, you know, there was quite a bit of sunshine about, which was lovely. Saturday was absolutely horrible. It just like rained most of the day, to be perfectly honest. So it was not good at all. So yeah, not a nice day at all. My daughter was at her dad's on Saturday. It was just my middle son. It was just he and I. So, yep, he passed his driving test not that long ago. So he's still quite keen on the whole, you know, driving about and, yeah, you know, driving around. So, yeah, him and I had quite a nice day on Saturday. We kind of like, yeah, we're just, oh, now look, that's annoying, isn't it? Because now I've not coffee dyed this one. So, oh, this is just a shambles now. This whole video is turning into a shambles. Oh, well. I can always coffee dye it, you know, retrospectively, so it's not the end of the world. So I'm just going to kind of like cut like this and put the pieces ready so as I know what, you know, what I'm actually putting with what, basically. So yeah, he and I just kind of like hung out together. We had a nice time, and oh, I'm thinking that would look quite pretty with that, wouldn't it? Yeah, we had a nice time, and yeah, we drove around. He wanted to go and drive over and see some cars and things. Yeah, because, you know, that's like what you like to do, isn't it, when you're young and you've just passed your driving test, I suppose. So I mean, he has got a car, but now since he's been driving, obviously he's yeah, it's got a few kind of like things, you know, issues and things, so I'm not sure that he, you know, it's going to be sustainable to kind of keep it very long. But anyway, so yeah, he was kind of wanting to go and drive around and have a look for some other cars. So we did that. We took Bo out with us, and like I say, it was just raining the whole day, so it was fine. So we were just dry inside the car. Bo was in her car seat, and I said this recently, but I'd bought her one of those car seats that goes in between the two front seats, and honestly, that has been a complete and utter game changer, because this is a dog who literally, I mean, she wouldn't actually go in the car previously. You know, she did not like the car one bit, and it was a nightmare. I mean, literally, she couldn't go anywhere really, which was obviously, you know, not necessarily making it difficult, but well, yeah, making it difficult, because obviously, you know, I feel really a bit bad to go out and leave her ever actually. So, you know, I want to be able to take her with us. I mean, obviously sometimes you're going to somewhere where she then couldn't go in, so that's obviously an issue. But if she can come along, like Saturday, we weren't really going to a destination, we were just driving around, kind of, you know, looking at a few garages and things. You know, there was no reason why she couldn't come with us, but previously she couldn't have come with us because of course she wouldn't have sat in the car, where now, thanks to that car seat, which, you know, has been just like an absolute godsend, she obviously, you know, she was fine, because she obviously doesn't mind sitting in the car now. So it's, yeah, absolutely been such a complete, like, you know, just like I say, a game changer really. So yeah, we did that, and yeah, it was okay. And then my son had a McDonald's, drive-through McDonald's when we came back, so I bought Bo a hamburger from like the, you know, the 99p kind of saver menu. So she kind of had her first ever McDonald's. I know, I mean, isn't that terrible that we gave her a McDonald's? But I'm thinking I'm going to use this as a as maybe a small belly band. So yeah, let's try that. So yeah, she had her first McDonald's with just the hamburger. I didn't give her the bun or anything, and obviously I had it without relish or ketchup or onions or anything like that. So it was just the burger basically. But oh, it was just so funny to see her face. I think she just couldn't believe her luck. She was kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm now having a McDonald's, you know. So yeah, that was pretty cute, I have to say. So I just, oh, love her so much. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I just kind of spent on my own, to be honest, and I just was working on Sunday. It was a sunny, nice day, but I went and met a friend for a coffee, you know, quite early on, and then I did like nothing, and yeah, just stayed in and did some work. So it was okay. But oh, Saturday night, so I've been saying this for a few weeks now, but I'm really trying to be, you know, out and about a lot more, because, you know, of course you've got to go out, haven't you, and kind of make a life for yourself. So yeah, I'm trying to get myself out and about a bit more. So Saturday night I went out with a couple of friends from the gym. Oh my goodness. So we went and we met up in this really lovely, well, it's a restaurant really, but it's got a bar and things like that. So, and I know I've said this lots of times, I don't drink, you know, but I mean, I don't mind going out with other people who do drink, you know, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, we went out, we met up in this restaurant, but they've got the most gorgeous like garden area. So we went there and we sat like in the garden. Now obviously it was quite cold, in fact it was even raining, but it's all kind of covered and very cleverly designed, and they've got like all these outdoor heaters and things. I mean, to be honest, it's warmer than my house, you know. In their garden is warmer than in my house, because they've got all these wonderful heaters and all of that kind of stuff. So, and it's just the loveliest place to go. So yeah, we went there, so that was really nice. And then we went to a restaurant for a meal, a like French restaurant, and yeah, we had a meal there. And then we dropped one of the people back, so there was three of us, and we dropped one of them back, and then we went, you know, my friend then said, oh, let's go for another drink, you know. So I said, well, if you know, if you like, we can. And yeah, we went for, you know, what I thought was going to be one drink. Oh my goodness, we were out until 2:30. Yep, 2:30 in the morning. I mean, that is so seriously late for me, I can't tell you. So, I mean, I messaged my son. I've probably got enough there, to be honest, and I'm struggling to marry up papers nicely. So, yeah, I messaged my son a couple of times and kind of said, oh my goodness. Well, this was at 11:30. I said, check me out. I'm still out. You know, can you believe it? I'm still out at 11:30. And lo and behold, I didn't get home until 2:30. So, yeah, when my son got up the next day, I said to him, oh my goodness, do you know what time I got home? So he was kind of like, oh, I don't know, you know, 12:30, no. Oh my goodness, I didn't get home until 2:30, would you believe? And he was like, oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, that's so late for me. This is the person who, you know, I'm normally like asleep, you know, literally asleep by, well, last night I fell asleep at about 8:30. So, yeah, I mean, how I even managed to stay awake, to be honest, until 2:30 is beyond me. But funnily enough, we'd gone to another pub where, again, they had a garden, quite a nice garden, not as nice as the first place that we've been to, but, you know, it's still a garden. And again, it's a lot of it undercover, so we were undercover, you know. And, again, it's got all these heaters and things, but because it was kind of not as snug and warm as you might be inside, and it was very well lit, so it was quite bright out there, I think that's how come I managed to stay awake. Had I been, you know, inside and somewhere that was, you know, a little bit warm, I'm sure I would have really struggled to stay awake, to be honest. But yeah, oh my goodness, what is going on with me? I mean, 2:30 in the morning, that is super late, isn't it? So I just cannot believe it. So yeah, 2:30. I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, I had about 4 pineapple juices in the end. So I was kind of like swishing around with pineapple juice, you know, because I don't drink, obviously. It was like, oh, you know, I have to have another pineapple juice. But anyway, like I say, it was all fine. So, and at least I'm trying to be, you know, socializing and all of that stuff. So, and then, thinking, did we do something on Friday? I feel like we did, but I can't actually think what that could have been. No doubt it will come back to me. I can't remember at all, I'm afraid. So yeah, hopefully it will come back to me, but who knows. Oh, it was just my son and I going on the Friday. So yeah, I think we just kind of watched a movie and stuff. So that was all fine. Yeah, so that's been like the highlight of my week, to be honest, is that huge late night, which of course, you know, was like, oh my goodness, look at the time. So yeah, since then, have I done anything? Not really. I'm still watching the morning show on Apple TV. I got to confess that I've stopped watching it a little bit because I know that I did say that I'd cancelled my Netflix, and I just had like the end period of like the billing cycle, and that came to an end yesterday. So, you know, I'd said to my son, you know, we must watch anything that we'd like to watch on Netflix before the billing cycle runs out. So that's what I've been kind of predominantly watching, is like, oh, quick, before before we don't have it anymore. So I've been watching a bit on Netflix. Not really anything very exciting, it's got to be said. Again, trying to remember now what it is that I did watch. I binge watched something. What was that? I don't know. Oh, do you know, I honestly can't remember. I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. My brain has just gone into a complete fog. Yes, anyway, it was, I think, just like the #1 trending in the UK or whatever today, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just think, oh, go with what's trending, because I can't be bothered to just spend all evening flicking through, you know, trying to search for something to watch. So I just think, oh, that's trending, let's just watch that. So yeah, whatever it is that I watched, it was, you know, pretty much what was the trending program, you know, last week in the UK. So yeah, I really can't remember, I'm afraid. But yes, nothing very exciting. Obviously, the fact it's not stuck in my brain, you know, what we watched. And then, yeah, it's half term now. So, oh my goodness, how fast has that come around? I mean, I feel like the kids have only just literally gone back to school and already it's half term. So, yes, my daughter is home. We're not going to do anything really during the half term. I mean, we don't tend to be honest, you know, in the half terms anyway, but occasionally we have. But, yeah, we're not going to be doing anything. I've just got quite a lot of work to do. In fact, Natalie's coming today because she's kind of switched her hours at her other, you know, other job. So, yeah, she's going to come over today. We're going to do some work. So, you know, that's fine. The kids can be playing and things like that. So, I'm sure they'll have a, you know, a nice time. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else we've got planned. Well, absolutely nothing really. So all my daughter keeps talking about is Halloween. Oh, are we going to do trick or treating? Are we going to go out for Halloween? Oh gosh, no, I don't want to. So yeah, I've gone all bar humbug about Halloween for some reason. But yeah, and I've not done a Halloween journal or anything at all. I did show the you know, not preview exactly, but a little kind of just show and show, not really show and tell, but a show anyway of my new Halloween kit. I think I showed that in last week's video. So yes, I do love it, and maybe I will actually do something with it next year, to be honest. Who knows, because I've not had time to do anything with it this year. Yeah, I've kind of been feeling a bit off my game the last, well, few weeks really, but yeah, kind of this week struggling a little bit. So yeah, missing my crafty mojo a lot at the moment. So I'm just struggling generally with my mojo. So yeah, I need to kind of like do something to get it back really. It's a bit of a struggle, but anyway, that's a whole nother video probably. But yeah, anyway, so oops, the Halloween thing, I did show the, you know, quick preview of, you know, the new Halloween kit, but like I say, I've not had time to play with it, and I won't have time now to play with it. I'm still trying to finish my autumn journal, so hopefully that will be finished in the next few days and I can finally do a flip through, and of course then that will be, you know, available on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. I have been working on another digital kit, so I think it was in my giveaway video. I asked for suggestions for my collections papers, other collections that people would like. So I'm trying to yeah, work my way through requests really. So I know that there was requests for like pale lace papers and things like that. So I have done those, and, you know, several weeks ago they're already kind of done and dusted and, you know, all in my Etsy shop. So, and again, thank you so much to anyone who's actually bought some of those. You know, I hope you're really enjoying them. And then another really popular request was for tea themed papers, so like afternoon tea, you know, cups of tea, things like that. So yes, I have been working on some tea themed collection papers over the last couple of weeks, so they are nearly complete and they will be going in my shop. So yeah, I'm just kind of finalizing the last few tweaks and things that I've got to do, and then they'll be in my shop. So, and I've had such a lovely time creating those, I have to say. So yeah, again, thank you so much to everyone who made suggestions as to what you would like to see, because it's so lovely then, you know, trying to kind of like make something that, you know, potentially maybe I wouldn't have, you know, maybe tea wouldn't have occurred to me as a theme, you know. But yeah, they're looking super pretty, the papers that I've kind of been creating. And yeah, I'm quite excited to put them in my shop, and again, quite excited to use them. So I must actually try and use them. But like I say, I've been struggling a bit with my crafty mojo, and yeah, it's not very good. So it's a bit annoying, but hopefully that will come back soon. And yeah, I'm just struggling. In fact, even this morning at the gym, I thought I'm going to rewatch, or at least, you know, in part, watch my Crafty Mojo, Missing Your Crafty Mojo series that I did. So I think it was last year. Oh, that must be Natalie now. Hold on a second. I'm just going to go and let her in and then I'll be back. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. So, right, now, let's just crack on with some of these, because I've just now double checked how long I've been filming for. So I need to kind of like, you know, crack on now. So otherwise we're going to come to a situation where I'm barely going to get any of these actually completed in this video. But, okay, so let's put this one down. So yeah, I hope everybody is having a nice day, and the sun is maybe shining where you are. The sun is in fact shining today, but I mean, it's, well, I was going to say it's not very warm. It's probably quite warm for the time of year, if I'm truthful. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I have got a big jumper dress on, so maybe I would not be thinking it was quite so warm if I had not such thick clothes on. Okay, right. Oops. So yeah, my poor son, bless him, he's you know, now kind of looking for another car. So I mean, cars are a little bit like that, aren't they? And I had kind of said that to him because he bought it before he obviously, you know, learned to drive, and you know, he was so excited to, you know, to drive. And I can remember us talking about it, and I just said, you know, the thing is with cars, sometimes you just, you know, you either get a good one or a bad one, and you won't really know until you start driving it, you know, because then it will suddenly be like, oh, you know, this car's had a lot of things go wrong with it, or, you know, it hasn't. And sometimes you just don't know until it's, like I say, you know, you're actually kind of using it on a daily basis. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame really, but you know, it's not the end of the world. And to be honest, although he's viewing it as a, you know, sort of disappointing like trauma, let's be honest, he probably loves the excuse to be going out looking at cars. So yeah, he's, you know, deep down he's probably loving it really. Okay, right. Okay. So yeah, my sister's arrived now, so the kids are now off playing, and you know, yeah, I've warned them and told them they must be quiet, so fingers crossed they're going to be quiet, but who knows, to be honest, who knows. We just live in hope, really. Live in hope that they're going to be quiet. Okay. There we go. Oh, I bought an eyeliner last week. So yeah, absolutely terrible eyeliner. It was by Max Factor, and you know, on the whole, I mean, Max Factor makeup I find fine. I normally use a L'Oreal eyeliner, and I tend to use the same one, but they didn't have any. So you know, I kind of looked along the shelf and I thought, oh, you know, that will do. I think it was called Excess something or other. Anyway, oh my goodness, it's the worst eyeliner I've ever bought in my whole life. To the point, I bought it on Thursday. It's used up because it's a, you know, telescopic kind of one that you slide up. And it's got this ridiculous like cap thing that you have to really wind it up a long way past the sort of plastic cap. And then it just snaps off. So literally, as you're putting it on, you know, the nib is kind of just breaking and breaking. And then, of course, you can't then put it on because it's back hitting into this plastic cap. So then you're winding it up a bit more. And, you know, so it goes on. And like I say, I bought it, I think it was on Thursday. And it's literally run out now. You know, because it's had to be wound up so many times already. So I looked at then the reviews because I thought I'm going to take that back, to be honest, because, you know, I mean, obviously all these things, they cost quite a lot of money and you can't just willy-nilly keep replacing things, can you? So yeah, I am actually going to take it back. But I mean, again, you just think, oh gosh, by the time that you go and drive into town and pay for parking and, you know, it zaps up all your time. And that's what I think they're hoping, is that actually you can't be bothered and you sort of give up. But, you know, it's not really good enough, is it? That they're selling things that just are not, you know, in any way fit for sort of the purpose that they were, you know, intended. So, yeah, I can't remember the exact name, but it was something like Intensity or Excess. I'm just going to have a look because I've probably got it in my handbag somewhere. And I would never normally do this, but I was so outraged by what a load of rubbish it was that I'm actually going to shame them. So it's called Excess Intensity, and it's a Max Factor lipstick. Not lipstick, sorry, eyeliner. Now, can you see that plastic little nib thing on the end? It just gets in the way, and you honestly, you know, you can't then use it. So, yeah. And actually then when I looked at the reviews, everybody was saying the same thing. I mean, it's a shame I hadn't checked the reviews before I bought it. But of course, I was just in the shop. I didn't have time to be checking the reviews. But yeah, the reviews, lots of people were saying the same thing. What, you know, a silly design it was. So yeah, I've actually pulled it out and kind of shamed them now, you know, to you guys. Because I just would really hate for anybody to actually buy one and waste their money like I did. Because they're just absolutely rubbish. Like I say, not kind of actually usable. You know, literally not usable. So do not buy that, whatever you do. So my son and I, we looked at going to the cinema the other day. That film with Leonardo DiCaprio is out. Oh gosh, what's it called? The Killers of the Flower Moon, or the something of the Flower Moon anyway. It looks an intriguing kind of film. Yeah, I've seen the trailer. It looks quite intriguing. We didn't end up going. But yeah, we might go this week. Who knows? But let me know below. Have you watched that film? What do you think to it? Was it good? Is it worth going to see? Right, so these are all my little bits. So let's just put some ribbon through one or two of these. So I'm going to take this gorgeous purple. So this is an organza ribbon. Again, this is around 1/2 inch, I think. So I'm thinking this for this one. Oops, it looks quite lovely. Oh gosh, let me put my glasses on. Okay. Just using my scissor handle to poke that through. Oh my goodness, come on. So like I say, I mean, I probably will coffee dye some of these inside flaps, you know, where they're not double-sided. I will coffee dye them, you know, kind of retrospectively. But yeah, pull that through. So, and I haven't said the papers that I've used. So this back paper, this is my Paris Bouquet papers. This is my lace papers in the purples, the pinks and purples, I think it is. The kind of rich lace colours, not the pastels. So doesn't that look pretty? This is my pink Parisian papers, and this is from the blues and greens lace papers. Right, I'm thinking maybe the white ribbon. Check, I have got this beige. No, I don't think that's going to look great. What did I do? The white. I used the white, didn't I, on the first one? No, I can't see it anywhere. What have I done with that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to come back to this one. So I've got this one, which I could use, I guess, the green again. Oh, let's just use the green again. Not the green, the purple again. So this is my Botanicals collection papers. And again, it's got that green lace collection papers there. Oops. Just thread that through. Okay. Like that. Oh, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily thought to have put the purple with the green like that, but obviously it picks up the purple in this flower. Doesn't that look lovely? I really love it. Yeah, very, very pretty. So this one, I probably just use that black ribbon again. This is my Victorian Beauties papers, and this is my vintage header papers. So, yep. I mean, they look good together, don't they? The vintage headers, you get all different types, colours and things in those vintage headers. So this is one of the more neutral ones, but you get, you know, a whole bunch of different ones in there. Okay, oops. Thread that through. Oh my goodness, doesn't it look lovely? And what Angela Kerr did, she made some sort of tall, skinny tags that then just slotted neatly into these pockets. So of course then, you know, you could do that with these. You could then make some little tags that just slot straight into the in-betweeny section here. So, you know, that would be really, really lovely. Now this one, just wondering, we could use the black, but actually I don't think I'm going to use the black. Let me just see. Have I got anything behind me? No, nothing behind me. We could use some sari silk for this one. Let me just see what sari silks I've got within reach of my desk. So hang on. What's this? I mean, this is sort of a definite turquoise, really, but I think it looks quite nice actually. Let's have a look with this. No, that's a bit too bluey green. Right, I have got some ivory, which actually the ivory could look nice. Oh, I'm not sure now. Now I've looked at that ivory, I'm like, oh, perhaps the ivory looks better. Right, let me just separate that out. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go for the ivory. So, yep. Okie dokie. Come on, go through, go through. Okie dokie. And that one, just pull that through. Come on. Okay. Just tie that one up. Oh my goodness, I love it with the ivory. Isn't that gorgeous? That looks so pretty, doesn't it? I love how that looks. So yeah, that at the back, that was the Little Victorian Beauties, and again this is the Rich Damask papers, so mixed together. Doesn't that look lovely? Now let's just see. I mean, we could do this with some ivory, to be honest. Yeah, I think that would still look quite pretty actually, so yeah, let's do that. Okay, oops. Oh, come through, come through. There we go. So yeah, I mean, what you could do is obviously do a mass make now of some tags that would just slot and fit into these, you know, and then you've got the whole thing, haven't you, kind of ready to go. Obviously they do need decorating, but oh, isn't that lovely? Really, really lovely. So let's decorate one of these up to just finish it off. So just having a look around to see what I've got laying about on my desk that's going to be nice to finish this off with. So oh, I have got some of my, these are my Lard Birdhouse printables, but this one I've printed this, I'm thinking 2 to a page. Yeah, I think 2 to a page. So, and obviously as you can see, I've cut it in half. Or actually, I think this, again, the printer kind of sucked it through wrong. And yeah, some of it had obviously got cut off and didn't come through properly, but let's just pop that there. This might be going to be too big, but oh, I wonder whether you could have it kind of poking out at the top. No, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Well, we could have it even to the side, to be honest. could have it like that. That would be quite nice. Let me just cut this in half, but over slightly, like that. And then I'm just going to ink this up. So, oops, where's my ink? Honestly, my desk is so messy. I need to do a whole nother X-Pile series, to be honest. I know it's not long since I did it, but I think I did say at the time of, you know, putting that video out, what had happened was I had filmed the bulk of that series a long time back. And so, yeah, even at the point of putting that series out, my desk was already messy again and kind of was in need of doing a whole nother X-Pile series. So, yeah, it's not improved. Let's just put it that way. We're still at that terrible point of needing to do something. So, and to be honest, you know, I know that perhaps that sounds like, oh, well, maybe that's why I'm lacking my mojo at the moment. But normally I find, you know, working in a messy environment on my messy desk quite awe-inspiring, you know, and quite inspirational. But at the moment, I'm just, yeah, just not really feeling it at all. So, I just feel a little bit, you know, a bit flat at the moment. So, but hopefully it's just a blip. So, yeah, as Bridget Jones, she said that, didn't she, about something? Oh, it's probably just a blip. I can't remember. She was talking about something anyway. So, yeah, hopefully that's all it is. And I will then be back to normal soon. So, yeah, I mean, we could put that birdhouse just off kind of to the side there. I think that's quite nice. So, let's do that. Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear the children. Right, let's just now glue this one down here. Again, I'm just using my hot glue, and I'm not saying that you need to use hot glue. It's kind of like a, you know, overkill. But I'm just using it there to, you know, make it nice and quick whilst you're watching the video, so you're not having to watch me really press and, you know, get the piece glued down. So, yeah, shall we have the rosebud? Probably, yeah, probably there, kind of like over the thingamabob. There are little birds, but unfortunately my printer had chopped the bird off, so I now don't really have the birds here, which is a bit of a shame. So let's just, again, just going to hot glue this down. Not necessary to use hot glue at all, but yeah, just, you know, to save you all watching endlessly while I'm waiting for things to dry. Right, let me just see whether I've got anything else that would be good to use. I mean, I wonder whether I've got anything in the steampunk papers that would be cut outable that would kind of, you know, look okay. Oops, or I have got these flowers that I could even cut out, some flowers here. Perhaps put those down. Oh, I could even cut this section out. So I'm going completely off at a tangent now, and this obviously is a different colour, so this might look absolutely rubbish anyway, but let's give this a try. Okay. There we go. Right, like I say, this is a different colour, so it's, yeah, maybe a bit weird. I mean, could always put that on the tag, I suppose. You know, if I was to make a tag, I could always put it on the tag. But let's take this flower and just see if we could put this anywhere. Okay. Again, just ink this up a bit to disguise my shoddy cutting. I mean, we could even just have it, you know, I don't know, maybe poke in there or something like that. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And then could have, I know that Angela Kerr in hers, she did like some lace coming out from underneath the, you know, these, which looked very, very pretty. So let's just give that a try. So I'm just going to open this again. Okay. So yeah, what we could do is glue this lace down here. So, and I probably should have coffee dyed this really first, but never mind. It's not the end of the world, you know, to be honest. So yeah, let me just pop a little bit of hot glue. Just because, again, that's just nice and quick and instant then. So like that. Okay. Like that. Okay, and then these flowers we'll put in here, but I'm just wondering whether we could have a little portion from maybe one of these. So let's just take this down. Something like that, maybe. Oh, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, let's put this down in here. Let me just now just quickly close this and just make sure these are sort of positioned roughly in the right place. So take the flower. Okay. And then, yeah, have that flower kind of poking out, I think, a bit there, like that. Okay. This obviously is still drying, so I'm just going to have to hot glue this down just because otherwise it's going to be kind of moving about endlessly. Okay, and then we can just thread the sari silk back through. Oops. And you can probably see I've had my nails taken off. Yes, that's the big news. So I've had my nails taken off, and funny enough, I was filming a video and then I had to stop and it went over into the next day. So the first half of the video I've got my nails on, and then the next half they are removed. So my hands look horrible now. Yeah, my nails are shorter than ever because of course those nails kind of, they weakened my own nails quite significantly, and oh, my hands look horrible now, but never mind. And I've dabbed my nail varnish this morning while I quickly painted my nails before the video and things. So yeah, it's not a good look generally, but oh well. As I always say, I'm sure no one's tuning in to see my nails, are they? So, but yeah, one day I'll have those nails again, I think. So there we go. Right. Okay. So that's my pocket. And then, like I say, you'd kind of make like a little tag perhaps to slide in to the, you know, to the whole pocket. So, I mean, even like these, they work quite nicely, don't they? Or, to be honest, now I'm looking, you could even make a little flippy pad that just sits in here and attaches here. Should we just quickly do that? So yeah, this is a whole, you know, whole different kind of thing. So this is not what Angela did at all. So yeah, I am veering off now. That's a bit of a tangent, but let me just have a look through here. See if I've got some blank book pages anywhere. No, of course I haven't. That would be far too easy, wouldn't it? No, I don't. That's very annoying. Just having a look. Have I got some coffee dyed paper anywhere laying around on the desk? Oh, why do we never have quite what we're needing at the time? Right, let me just grab some coffee dyed paper. Hold on. Okay, so I've brought in my food coloured paper instead. So yeah, that's fine. And I'm just going to fold it in half, I think, and then just going to put it with this. And then I'll just staple those two together, which actually I'm now thinking I could probably even have this one as well. Not necessarily wanting the whole lot, so I'll just take that little section there, I think, and we'll just have that to the side. Okay, so I will just staple this together. Oh, where's my tiny attacher? Here we go. So yeah, just quickly staple those together. Oh, and I just want to say also a massive thank you to the lovely Michelle. So the lovely Michelle who runs our Facebook group, she was so kind and she sent me some more flowers this week. So thank you so much, Michelle. I mean, she's such a kind, lovely lady, isn't she? And yeah, so thank you so much, Michelle. I did receive them at the weekend, and yeah, they look absolutely gorgeous. They're oranges and yellows and things, and well, not really yellows actually, oranges and I don't know what other colour you'd, maybe like an amber type shade. Very, very pretty, and you know, very unusual colours. So yeah, they look lovely, quite autumnal looking, and yeah, they're really, really pretty. So thank you so much, and I really hope that you're doing well. Okay, right, so yep, let's just pop that down. So I've got to just quickly open this again, so opening it and closing it constantly, but hopefully this is kind of showing you, you know, the types of things that you can do. So yeah, you could put that in there. Just check that that's going to close neatly. So I will just hot glue this down just for speed. So again, just go straight across, oops, straight across the top there. Pop that down in there like that. Okay, and then here's my little smidgen of lace that I just saw. I can just pop that straight across the top. So I'll just go straight across with my Anita's tacky glue. I'll just snip this down at the edge. Okay, there we go. Just pop that down like that. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? And then obviously put my sorry silk in yet again. Honestly, it's in, out, in, out, in, out, isn't it? So yeah, let's just take that back through. There we go. Tie that up. Oops. Tie that one up. Like that. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look? I love it. Absolutely love it. And then, to be honest, you've got plenty of room, so you could still make a tag to put in there, and that would be absolutely scrumptious, wouldn't it? So yeah, love them. Really love that little addition of the little flippy pad. I think that works really, really well. But hopefully you can kind of see all the different things that you could do with these. I think sort of endless possibilities, really. So let me pull in the ones that we did. So we did these two, this one, this one, this one, and then I also had this one under here. So yeah, we made did I make another one? Oh yeah, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? To be honest, 7 is pretty good, because they're a little bit on the fiddly side. So yeah, I hope that you like them, and thank you so much to Angela Kerr if you happen to stumble across this video. Brilliant idea, very you know, clever idea. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.